July the 8th. Got some stuff to do here in the old outdoor shop. Started another video a little while back that I haven't got ready to post yet, but I'll get you on that. Little sneak peek here. Yep, that's the old red trailer, one we finished this year. And now we have a new one. I'll fill you in on the details on that one as I get closer to ready to build it. In the meantime, my daughter's truck is having some issues. I know that I've done some videos on it here recently, and I put oxygen sensors in it, different things. What I have is a misfire on cylinder 4, and so I've been through a few things. I did the normal oxygen sensors. There's 3 of them. So a little history here. Last year, my daughter, something happened. The water pump let go, dumped the water out of it, overheated. She pulled over to the side of the road, calls me up, hey, I'm overheated, water's out, whatever. So I went and got her. I brought a couple gallons of water. I thought I'll just limp it home, get it home and do that kind of thing. Well, I got over there, I put 2 gallons of water in the radiator, and it all just hit the ground. So at that point I called the wrecker and had somebody bring it to the house. Got it here to the house. I think I put a water pump video up here somewhere, like a few videos ago, whatever. So anyway, yeah, we're back on it. It's a 2001 GMC Sonoma SLE extended cab, 4-wheel drive, V6 with the old Vortec 4.3 in there. So got that in there. So I'm going to chase down this misfire. So here's what I've done already. This has been going on for a while. So I had the old little code reader. I read the code. First thing it said was misfire cylinder 4. So I pulled the spark plug on cylinder 4. It was okay, but looked a little fouled, so I went ahead and replaced it. Sent her on her way for a little while longer. Hey Dad, it's still doing it. So I checked the sparkulator, pulled the old plug off, still getting plenty of spark out of it. Inspect the wire, nothing in the wire. Okay, that's no problem. So I pull the cap off and the rotor, check those out, those are fine. So my sparkulator system is okay. So after I get done doing that, I send her on her way. Runs a little better, not better. I put a new plug in it. And she comes back, hey Dad, still got the miss, still kind of shaky. Well, you know, I hate these kind of things because the misfire can be on these older trucks, can be any number of things. So I read the codes again. It's running a little bit rich. So I thought, okay, well, if it's running rich, let's see what's going on. So the only place that really works for that is the old oxygen sensors. So I found a oxygen sensor behind the cat. It was pretty nasty looking, so I replaced it. Sent her down the road. Kept going, so I replaced the other 2 oxygen sensors that are on the upside, both banks. Sent her down the road. It ran better for a little while, but then it started misfiring again. So now we're going to get into the next thing that could be causing it, which is vacuum leaks. I've looked at pretty much all the vacuum hoses on here as best as I can. I don't really see any visible leaks on any of the hoses. So that leads me to believe that the intake gasket is leaking. And so that's where we're at today. The intake gasket is going to come out, and I'm going to put a new set of intake gaskets in there. And while I got it apart, I'm going to go ahead and take the valve covers off, put new valve cover gaskets on there, because this thing is 200 and whatever thousand miles, and it's got oil and grease everywhere. So if I can take this apart, take care of the leaks on the top, the oil leaks as well, then it's a win-win situation, right? So I'm going to show you. I should have recorded this. I'm sorry I didn't, but So I got some engine cleaner, sprayed the engine compartment down, and then took a pressure washer to it, so I don't have to work like elbow deep in grease, maybe just hand deep. So here's the compartment, and still a little wet from the water and the hosing and stuff, but you can see that was black. That shroud cover there for the exhaust, that was black, and so I got quite a bit of the stuff off of there. That was kind of black mostly. The condenser tower thing, whatever that is, that was completely black. So it's had some oil leaks for a while. It just uses like a quart a month, like most Chevys. So hopefully I can get into this thing, and we'll keep you posted. Yeah, I think you can kind of see. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've been fiddling with that camera for a little while. So first thing we're going to do is take off the air cleaner top and the part that goes on the throttle body. So for this you can use a flat blade or a Phillips on this particular truck. Pop this loose for the airflow sensor. This other sensor here I want to take loose and set that up out of the way. And back on the back here is a thumb screw or thumb nut that you can take off. And it gets off of here. I'm going to lay this over here with my wrenches. Pop off the PCV valve. And then this here you pick up from the back, and she should come out. Well, unless you're not completely unscrewed. And that one's off. Set this over here somewhere. Almost forgot I bought a set of some work gloves because, well, that's how dirty the truck is after I cleaned it off with some stuff. So, yeah. Just know that those are going to be needed. So I picked some of these gloves up. I'm not sure if they're going to fit or not. They are large. Generally I wear like a 2 extra large. But who knows, maybe these are special. Nope, not special. Really, really tight. I know, I'm a sissy, right? Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever floats your boat. Alright. This is actually the first time I've ever wore gloves to work on a vehicle. But whatever. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to take off the throttle cables because they're going to have to come up and get out of the way. So I'm going to use my trusty little 3/8 ratchet, small extension, and a deep well, I guess 10 millimeter. Just because it's a guess. Alright. Yep, sure is. And I'm going to go get me a tray to place the nuts and bolts in. And I'm back. Fancy tray. I'm going to just stick it right there. It's magnetic. Truck is old, paint scratched, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Then there's a couple of them, one back here and then one here in the front. See if I can get to it with this short extension or not. Yeah, we get her. There, pretty good. There's my big old fat paws down in there. And then there's one more back here. Hold this on. This one is. Oh, I forgot to say there is. I was having some temperature problems on this thing. It wasn't warming up to operating temperature. So a couple days ago, I put a thermostat in it, and I think I'm going to replace the cap for the radiator as well, but I of course didn't think to buy one today, so I know, I'm thinking about it too. I didn't disconnect the battery. I know, you're right. I gotta disconnect the battery. I think for something to blow up on here. Alright, now I gotta remember how to take this apart. Let's just slide out. Not sure what that part does. I can't see what it does. Here it goes. Take this off. And then that piece should come off. Now we can pull this up out of the way. I think we'll set her over here. Because we're going to really need her up out of the way to get that intake off. Okay, I'll get the battery right now. Okay, I get it. It's a tiny one. Look at that, first try. Take the ground off first. In case you're somebody that's never worked on a car before. I don't know if this microphone's working or not. I have it on. when I edit this video, I'll push the audio up all the way. Okay, she's off. Off, out of the way and happy. And that was a, well, it probably is metric, but it was came off with a 5/16, so I believe, or 1/4 inch. Nope, had them in the wrong spot. That was a 1/4 inch for that battery post. Now back to the good stuff. Alright. So throttle is off and out of the way. So now I need to unhook wires. And I really hate unhooking wires because then you gotta remember where everything goes. So for instance, this one needs to come off. This is the EGR. Take this off here, which comes off of here as well. Lay that back there. Take this off. It's likely, well, I won't have to take this hose off, but I will have to take that one off, I think. Because I want to replace them all the way down to the heads, but I'm not sure if I can get the lower intake off without taking the accessories of the front off, but I'm going to try my darndest to take them off without doing that. Pop off the air conditioner unit electric, which also has another little clip back here on the back of it. There's a little push pin, not a pin, but a little push clip right there. It's really nice, takes it off pretty easy. I'm going to take off the throttle position sensor, take off the idle air sensor, and then I'm going to reach down here and go ahead and unplug the coolant temperature sensor. Maybe. Unplugged. It just gives me room for movement, that's all. I've got a vacuum line here going under that wire. I'm going to pull this wire out of there. Now I've got room to move that data around. This has got a clip on it. There's another clip here. Take that off. Come off there. Looks like it just clips off there. Screwdriver action, maybe. Takes that off there. Take this wire off. Get it all around the seat. This way I can move that hose up out of the way, or the wire. Exactly what I'm dealing with here. Not sure where to get a hold of that thing because it doesn't want to come up. This is a plug that goes into the fuel injector. Can't get the cover off of it. Forward. See there. It appears that it leaves. So it shouldn't hurt just to pop that off of there. Alright. Let you come off there. There it comes. I know the thing didn't come out, of course. But we got it started. We'll see if we can get it out of there. Come on, little girl, get out of there. Connection back here into it. Can't even see you, little devil. Just happen to feel it back there with my hand. There we go. For a minute it came. There we got her. Put that back on. Alright, so we got the fuel system unplugged. Looking pretty good. There. Fuel system's unplugged. It's not bad, huh? She was kind of a pain to get out of there, but we got her. Looks like here's something else here, so I'll go ahead and pull this upper radiator line off. Set it out of the way. Go find my catch pan. I'll be right back. Under here. That's pretty close. Alright, so we'll get a socket on these dudes. What size it was? Half inch probably? That's half, bigger than half. 9/16. Yeah, 9/16 maybe. Alright, hold up. Do 13. 13. That's 1, 2, 13. 13, we got her dead. Alrighty. Like I said, I just put these on a couple days ago, so they're pretty dang tight. You'll help me remember which order these things go back together here. Sounds like it's going in there. Alright, so I'm just going to set this dude off to the side here, out of my way. Alright, so it looks like the lower is aluminum and the upper is made out of plastic. So when it overheated, it probably could have cracked. So before I get into the lower, I'm going to inspect the upper as soon as I get off of here and show you what that looks like. Looks like I got to get a pair of pliers to get the vacuum hose off there. This vacuum tree has come off somehow or another. Not sure how that comes off. I'll just disconnect it and take it off when I get the rest of it out of there. This vacuum line, y'all help me remember, I'll put this vacuum line back over here. Not it down this far. Won't go to nothing particular. Remember where none of this stuff goes, but you all help me remember, right? Okay, next thing I'm going to do is get this coil off. And it looks like it's a 10. Alright, this goes to the coil. Extension on that. Oh, I think I didn't even have to take it off. That's okay, I'll take it off in a minute. Tube come off of there. This is not helping me any. There's another deal over here I need to take off. Looks like. Got a couple of 10mm in it. The mileage is on this truck and the mileage is on this motor. Over 200,000, every bit of grease and grime, even after I hose it down a little bit, it's still on there. Motor was the truck. This is one I bought a couple years ago. It's done pretty good, I guess. Got me a few mileages out of it. Try to get this piece out of the way here. Oh, that's nasty looking. Maybe there's a gasket for that thing in the gasket kit that I got. Hopefully. A little humid today. It's not real hot. The old humidity monsters out there. It's probably only 80 degrees, but the humidity is making me sweat. So, anywho. Alrighty, well, there's one more thing to pop off here, and this just comes out. Oh, look at her. I'm going to take it off after all. That's nice. Okay, so, pretty much got the top of this stripped except for this piece. I just can't remember how to leave it off, so I'm going to leave it on there for a minute. So it looks like these this little upper intake is only held on by 1, 2, 3. Looks like I already got some of them out. So I got 3 on this side to take out. Might be almost in there. Yeah, it was loose. That one wasn't very tight. Yeah, I think they're all loose. That might have been a problem the whole time. All the intake bolts are loose. In. One intake bolt right there, expertly removed. The other one. The other one. Feel any. Oh, there's one hiding in the back there. Now make sure you get all the bolts out. Yes, I am. Filter it. Just a little happy accidents. All the way around. Got that one, that one, that one. There's no, they're right here on top. I forgot these are like that long. I forgot about these two. Staring right at me there. You just really want to take the whole thing apart. Washer on that one, make sure the water stays with it. Set that down in there. Alright. She's loose now. Alright, now that they're loose, I'll take the fuel lines off. Fuel lines are a tad bit smaller. Or cheaper. What size ones these are? try it now. Or not. No, let's go with the 8 maybe. Always the last one that I choose. Yeah, that'll work. A little helper there. Alright, so I stick my finger underneath the nut when I let that dude up. Put the color, I'll put it right there. Just so you know. Get it off. Put the keeper out of there. Could spray the gasoline. Could spray the gasoline. It wasn't horrible. It just, I forgot to be expecting. I should have pushed that little pin back there. But, you know, sometimes you have moments. That's loose, that's loose, that's loose. While I'm in here, I'm going to inspect the fuel pressure regulator, which is down inside of here. There we go. There, now she's out. Alright, I'm going to clean this up. I want to get back to you guys in just a few minutes. Alright guys, so I've been fiddling with this for an hour or two, and I've worked on the intake. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I worked on the intake. I got the new gasket in the bottom of it. I didn't see any rips or tears along this, which I think would have possibly caused an air leak. This throttle body was a complete carboned up disaster. I should have taken a picture of it, but I forgot what I was doing. And basically there was probably a 1/4 inch of carbon built up on the bottom of this plate and all around the inside, so this thing just barely functioned. So, you know, I know it's had a tune-up by another mechanic recently, like last 10,000 miles, and he obviously didn't clean that out. When I do tune-ups, the throttle body comes off and gets cleaned up. So anyhow, I got most of the junk off the top of this thing. I've got the throttle body gasket in my hand, that's what that is. This piece here, there's a little hole there. I was pulling that out and it broke, so I'll have to go back to the parts store and get that. But otherwise, it's going pretty good. Something that I did find that I think is the culprit, so I'm going to stop with my teardown, is the gasket that goes around the fuel spider. This one here versus the new one. It don't look a lot different, but when I went to take this off, it literally had no stretch in it. It just fell off the spider. So I'm hoping that this is the problem, and so I'm going to put the new one on, and we're going to go with that, and I'm going to do a reassembly and see if we can get her started up, and hopefully that fixes the problem. I have the rest of the gasket set, so if it doesn't fix the problem, then it'll be a project for next weekend. Okay, so I went back here clean this back up with a little bit more carb and engine cleaner or whatever. And now it's nice and smooth. So I'm going to load this up with some Vaseline. A little petroleum jelly on there. Because I really want this to make a good seal. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, been wrong before, but I'm pretty sure this is where my problem came from. And that's the one reason why I like to inspect by cleaning, is what I call it. So as you go through and you clean your parts, you can pretty much tell which ones are causing you problems. Alright, so I'm going to put a little off my finger. This is kind of a trick because I got to hold the wire and move the gas lines and all this other stuff at the same time. Fortunately, this isn't aluminum or heavy. Okay, so we're going to hold here, pull the gas lines up, slide these hoses out of the way. There it goes, now it's on there. Now we just got to slide her down on top of that baby. Protect. Don't think we're all the way down. Hey everybody. Well, it's another day and had some things that worked out. I think we've got her fixed up. Ended up needing to also change out the rotor and cap and other things, but come have a listen. She's not hiccuping anymore, not rough idling anymore. Got her all back together. Keep it cap back here and rotor. Nice smooth idle. Thinking pretty happy with it. I ended up taking one of my Torx screwdrivers and cutting the end of the handle off so I can get to that back Torx on the distributor. So I just couldn't figure out how to get something else in there. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Till next time.